What's good, YouTube? It's a course of Faith and Prophecy, and today, I was watching First Take today, and they was basically saying, is Joel Embiid on the same level as Shaq, or can we compare the two? Now obviously, now if you want to compare if you want to compare Embiid's rookie year to Shaq's rookie year, Shaq is gonna blow him out the water. It's not even close. You know, obviously, Embiid is a international player. I think he's from Congo. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. If I'm wrong, y'all can mistake me. I mean, y'all can correct me on that. But the style of play, obviously, the basketball has advanced since Shaq, retired. Shaq's heyday. Shaq's heyday when he was with the Orlando Magic was fire. You know, was fire. Like he moved like a point guard. Well, he moved like a small forward, even though he was listed as a center. But in his later days, he was great. But the thing is, Embiid is just differently. He's slightly built similarly to Shaq. Shaq was just this big, massive of a guy, what I'm saying, who could just body anybody in the paint because he knew that, nobody can stop him like barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, coaches said, Shaq, you got to adapt to your game. Players are going to figure you out. Teams are going to figure you out. You know what I'm saying? And, he was just being ignorant and stupid, Like, imagine Shaq shooting, you know? Like, instead of just doing all these, kisses off the glass and all these hook shots and, backing you down and dunking on you. Imagine Shaq shooting threes. Now he can shoot threes. He may not make them effectively, but he can shoot threes. Embiid. If I had a choice to pick either player to surround my franchise with, I'm gonna pick Embiid because Embiid he could bring a lot to the table. He could defend, and then he can score, and I don't have to worry about him missing free throws. And that's the one thing about Shaq that, constantly, it's a meme, like how Shaq's free throws are worse than your credit score, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that, But, in my opinion, I think who was the better player has to be Embiid, you know. No, obviously when Shaq got to the Lakers, he didn't start winning like Shaq didn't start winning championships until he went to the Lakers, right? And then, Kobe said that if Shaq wants to take his career seriously, he has to could he has to do a better he has to do a better job of conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of his body, eating right, exercising right, but he didn't do that, and later on in his career he bounced around, from the Cavaliers to the Suns to the Celtics. I believe his last games was with the Celtics around 2010. No. I think 2010 he was with the Cavaliers. Yeah, 2010 he was with the Cavaliers, or 2009 he was with the Cavaliers, and then 2010 he finished his career with the Celtics. I think he signed like a 1 year deal with the Celtics, and then after that he just called it quits. He couldn't do it no more. So, I mean, I think he would have still kept on playing if he took care of his body, but you know, it is what it is. He got robbed of MVP. I don't think Shaq ever won MVP. He got robbed from Steve Nash, and he'll never let that down. Because he thought that in his mind that he would have won MVP. You know what I'm saying? He clearly had the best record, and he had the stats to back it up. But obviously Steve Nash was just on another planet. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, Embiid's rookie year, he got hurt. You know, he didn't start getting into his own around 2000, and I'll probably say 2013. He didn't. He now started to get under his under his foot. Like, he started to get the rhythm and stuff like that because he's been hurt. So, but yeah, man, let me know what you think. Who is a better player? You know, Shaq or Embiid? You know, like, I want my big man that can shoot. I don't want him just. I don't want my player to be just a one trick pony, because that's what Shaq was. He was liability in the paint because he knew that nobody can stop him. You know, you name it, Matumbo, Ewing, you know, Alonzo Mourning, David Robinson, you name it. Nobody can stop him. I think the only person who had a shot of stopping him in the paint was Yao Ming. But Yao Ming was like a 22-year-old, up and coming star at the time, when Shaq was with the Suns. Or I think when Shaq was with the Cavaliers in '09, Yao Ming was just a phenom of men, like like a 22-year-old. Come on, that dude had a wingspan the size of a damn Empire State Building, So I think that's the only person who had his way against Shaq. But other than that, Ewing wasn't really much of a competition. David Robinson wasn't really much of a competition. So yeah, I just think that if Shaq took his conditioning very seriously, lost a few pounds, he could have probably easily still been in the NBA around like 39. Because I believe he was 36 at the time he retired. So give Shaq another 3 years of conditioning, he could have probably eclipsed one of the top big men of all time. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. And his body betrayed him. And you see where he's at right now. Even though he's still doing good for himself, but just saying, But with Embiid, I could see him be playing another 10 years. I could see like, how old is Embiid? Embiid is what, 27? So I could see him going another 10 years. I'll make him 37. So I could see him going another 10 years if he could stay healthy, which he has. So, and I mean, like I said, he can shoot. He could go in the post. He could do all that Shaq couldn't do. Shaq did that. Shaq did all that in his heyday when he was with the Magic, because sometimes the Magic would let him run point too, you know. When Pennywise, when Penn, or I said Pennywise, when Penny Hardaway, didn't feel like running down the court, they'll ask Shaq to run the floor, you know. Like, go back to the 1992 playoffs against the Bulls. They made Shaq run a lot of the point, Sometimes he'll switch, sometimes he'll guard like different positions. So I think Shaq in his heyday with the Orlando Magic, he was more, you know, he was more athletic, giftedly athletic. But obviously, when he went to the Lakers, that's when he started to win championships, because he knew that his window was closing as a young phenom. Like, do you want to be remembered for that just statting padding, or do you want to be remembered for winning championships? 3 consecutive years in a row. You know, so let me know, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. And I will put the video in the description box down below if y'all want to check it out.